So there is a quote that's attributed to Mark Twain, and it goes something like this. It says, "The only person that likes change is a baby with a wet diaper." Now, I don't know if he really said that or not, but there's a lot of change that is happening over here at Disneyland right now, and I wanted to do a little update video showing all of that. Two major projects that are happening right now are one that's happening in Downtown Disney with the reconstruction of some of the buildings, and then the other construction that's happening right now is over at Pirates of the Caribbean, just on the other side of this island up over here. So I think it's really interesting is that we just took a unforeseen stop right here, and I've never sat this long on the Mark Twain. You know, that's kind of like a change, right? Everything's going so smoothly, and then all of a sudden you come to an abrupt stop, where something happens, and it's not the same. Yeah, this is gonna go along good with the change video here. Yeah, it looks like we're moving again.
Thanks for the gift cards.
Yeah. All right, that was really cool. Those are actually, that's the couple that was back in the giveaway where I was giving off some Starbucks cards.
Would you guys like a $10 gift card to Starbucks? Just because.
Yeah,
I'm giving them out. I'm giving them out. I'm spreading out kindness and everything.
I appreciate it.
Just got to see them. We're over here at Pirates of the Caribbean, and we're gonna see some of the changes that are occurring, some of the lines that are gonna be different, internal things, part of the ride, and then these trees up over in front of us here, they are going to be torn out, and a new pathway is going to be created. So up behind me over here, you can see the walls that are up where the planters used to be, where there used to be steps and brickwork area that would be a hindrance to a lot of this traffic. We've also been told that some of these trees here are diseased and they have to be removed anyways, so why not remove them and then make better pathway? So there is a lamppost that is just to the left of me, and it is a remnant of the planters that used to be here. Right there. This lamppost right here and this brick right here is actually remnants of what used to be a planter that we're actually standing in right now. The only reason they had to remove that is because Galaxy's Edge had to come in and they had to make more pathway. Hi there. So it's fascinating to see the change that is occurring here at Disneyland and the little remnants of the past that kind of show those little stories. And that's exactly why we're making this video, because we want to document all of the things that are happening here at Disneyland, including the removal of things and the changing of things. Check these cool little photo ops out in the meantime. Check out this photo op right here. You can pretend to hold the treasure like a pirate. So see, some things can be fun while there's changes occurring. So by getting rid of most of these trees and a lot of the brickwork that is in the way, there's going to be a lot more pathway that you can flow through, especially when Fantasmic is emptying out. And if you've been here, you know it gets pretty clogged up right here. That just shows again how Disney is being efficient in its park usage as time goes on and things change. Now right up over here over my shoulder is you have Pirates of the Caribbean, and even that is going through some refurbishment as well. So if you're walking up over this bridge right here, you can actually see a very small portion of the queue line right there, which what it used to be. So right up over here, there are two trees that are also missing from the queue line. If you remember, this had two lines from the very beginning, and it would just continue on through the whole thing. My speculation is they're going to turn this whole two queue line into a one queue line with much more effective spacing. And I think it's going to be going all the way through up until you get to the front door, and then it'll split off into two. That's just my theory. We'll have to see how it plays out in the coming weeks here, or until early summer when they open this back up. Because again, Pirates of the Caribbean is not closing forever. It's just in a refurb right now. There was a lot of stuff going around that this place was closing down, and even had me fooled a little bit the way some articles were being written. But no, I'm saying right now, it is not closing down. It's just getting touched up. It will be reopening early summer of 2022. There it is. And actually, speaking of change, I keep forgetting about this bad boy over here. The treehouse has actually been closed for quite some time and doesn't have a date of reopening. Tarzan's treehouse will be coming back. How? I'm not sure. When? I do not know. But it'll be fun to go across that scary bridge at the beginning there and then go throughout the treehouse and see all the fun stuff there. All right, so right now what we're going to be doing is heading into downtown Disney, where we are going to be checking out the construction on the opposite side. And speaking of change, I'm so glad to be seeing the trams back. That's a good change. Speaking of change, this building right here used to be the Build-A-Bear, and now it's Black Tap and Ballast Point. Preferably, I would rather have a good place to eat lunch than to Build-A-Bear. But it was a fun time while it was still there. All right, friends, we're coming up on the construction area. Wow, that looks so different. I am like beyond words to see this whole place right here completely leveled. Ever since Downtown Disney was created back in 2001, there has always been a building scape right along here. You could never really see the hotel area from like right here. Even Paradise Pier, which is kind of located behind these tree areas, you would never be able to see that from this vantage point. And now it is just clear blue open skies. This is crazy, man. It just goes to show you that all of this change that is occurring, weird and crazy, and yet I'm also excited to see all the new things that are going to be taking place, but it's this process that we have to go through as the viewers. The monorail right up over here. Because we don't have the master plan, and so we don't know what is going to be happening and when it's going to be happening. We just know right now that there are walls up and there are buildings that used to be there and now they're gone. And, you know, we can either gripe about it or we can just basically look at this as a potential for better things to come. Right now, we just have to go through this process. You know, speaking of that, it's actually funny because right over my shoulder over here is the Rainforest Cafe, or once was, and now we have the Star Wars Trading Post. Who knows what that will be in the future, but again, I know a lot of that change was occurring last year, a little while ago, and now look, we enjoy it and it's a lot of fun. I think too, this is a good time for me to say I have a theory about this area as well. Just as I did about the Pirates of the Caribbean, I venture to think that this is what's going to be happening. So up over my shoulder, like we've been said, this is going to be retail. This is going to be a larger outdoor stage. So this stage that I'm standing next to, I foresee this going away once that one opens up. And my thought is once they start getting all of the retail up and moving along in here, they have it all prettied up and everything looks good. They're going to take this stage down, and then I believe we're going to be putting our attention to the old Rainforest Cafe and the ESPN zone, because if you look at the Disneyland Forward website, disneylandforward.com, it states that right in this area is going to be a sub-main entrance for an expanded Disneyland. So all of that parking lot that's part of the cast parking lot is going to turn into Disneyland. And this is going to be an entranceway, and then this is still going to be all downtown Disney. So I project that once the retail and everything and these new buildings go up, these two buildings to the left and right of me are going to go down, and make way for new retail and to set up that new entranceway of Disneyland, or one of the new entranceways. And then the same thing is going to be happening around my corner here, because there's supposed to be an entranceway to a expanded DCA just down that way. So I think Disney is slowly setting itself up for tearing down the old stuff and putting up new stuff. But when it comes to this change, I'm excited about what's going to be taking place and all of the things that have changed since then. So I've been coming to Disneyland for 15 plus years as a AP life, and I've seen lots of change occur from 2005 when we first started. Nancy and I first started coming here. So it is interesting just to look at all of the things that has changed and what is new. So we're gonna go head back over into Disneyland and look at some of that stuff that is those old stories of days of old. So we're gonna traverse back over there right now. All right, talk about change. I remember standing in this very spot under this tree a year ago. Disneyland hadn't opened up or anything. There was a rope up over here keeping us away from the gates of Disney, but it just had let down. Nobody was here. And I thought to myself, one day there's gonna be some change occurring where all of this is gonna be opening up again. And now it is, and I'm super thankful for that change. Boy, what a difference that made, right? And then even as we're speaking about change, we look over to California Adventure up over here. Boy, that park has seen some change. So much good stuff happening over there. You know, as even Walt Disney himself, who said that Disneyland will never be complete as long as there's imagination in the world. It will always be growing and changing. That is the key thing right there of Disneyland. It's always going to be moving and growing and fluctuating with the times. And that's, I think, the exciting thing, but at the same time, you also lose a lot of the nostalgic things, the things that we created memories for. Actually, speaking of those nostalgic things, we have Mickey's Toontown up over here. And of course, it is walled off right now because it will be opening early 2023. Talk about changes that are occurring. This sucker was built in 1993, and since then has virtually been untouched. So coming up on its 30th anniversary next year, we're gonna be able to go into this place looking so much different. Actually, here's a photo right here. So they have the concept art right here, and right as you enter in through the new land, you're going to be greeted more with a fountain. It looks like a Mickey Mouse fountain that's going to be up in this middle area right here. And then Roger Rabbit and all of the land is still going to be the same, but we're going to have this new ride, Runaway Railway. It's going to be up in this area right up over here. And then we're going to have this huge park that's going to just encompass a lot of the entrance area to the left. And then we're going to have Goofy's area, Donald, Mickey and Minnie's house, and a reimagined Gadgets Go coaster. So you can see that there's going to be a lot of reimagining taking place. The only things that we are certain of in this land is Mickey and Minnie's house, along with Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. So other than that, this place is going to be a whole new area, a whole new world, as Aladdin would say. And I can't tell you all of the memories that Nancy and I have of taking our niece and some of our other family members here, all of those experiences. And while those are going to be new coming up, it's still nostalgic to think of all the things that used to take place there. So, you know, in the end, change is always going to be happening, especially here at Disneyland. I love the quote from Disney. It says, "We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths." So it just goes to show you that there is going to be so much change happening over here at Disneyland. And while we don't know the master plan and we don't know when things are going to be reopening, it is neat to speculate and to see all the hopeful things that are going to be coming and all the new memories that we get to share here at Disneyland. So Until then, I will be bringing you all up to date on these videos as time progresses and the opening day gets closer and closer. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and know that every view on this channel generates revenue, and that revenue is going to be given out to people inside and outside the parks. So thank you so much for supporting those kindness acts that we are doing here on this channel. If I didn't see you today in the parks, I hope to see you next time, and until then, see you later. Bye-bye.